Okay, movie number one, working with artboards in Photoshop. Let's get this rolling. So what I've got here, if I just zoom in a little bit, just Command plus, if I just click on it, it's all vectors. Yes, all vectors in Photoshop, and it's a really good way to work. You can work with artboards in Illustrator as well, but just want to do this in Photoshop just to show you that you can do it that way. So let's go and set up a new file just to get this started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go File, New. So with the new file here, I sort of jumped to iPhone 6, which I think I'll start off with now. But there's a whole lot of options that are in here. Now working with the artboards, and really what I want to do and turn artboards on is essentially clicked here to make sure it's on. I'm going to just go to mobile, and we've got a range of mobile setups here. There's also tons of stock that you can use to get yourself a template to start off with. So a really good tool to start developing your prototype designs to get things going. But starting from scratch, we're going to do this in Vector. And now we've got a whole lot of extra presets that you can choose from. You might want to make it for your own phone, etc. But anyway, I'm just going to stay with a nice simple 750 by 1334 pixel iPhone format, and I'm going to go create. So there's my first artboard, and what you see down here is I've just on Essentials. I think I've just set up here, and I'm just on Essentials. You'll see that just to make it nice and simple. But my artboards, I definitely want to see my layers. Now these are folders. Artboards are folders containing the interior content of that artboard. Now what you can do is, number one, I just want to call this home. So I'm just going to click on that, and I'm just going to go home. Hit the return key or enter key if you're on a PC. Before I worry about naming my layers, essentially, which is a great idea in Photoshop, normal use, even Illustrator or wherever, name your layers. This can add up to a lot. I'm keeping this really simple. Nonetheless, I'm just going to leave that blank for the time being. What I want to do is, because I'm in Essentials, I've got my vector tools down here. I just want to do a little bit of a header just to get my wireframing, but with colors, a material Google type design format, if you will. So I'm going to click on a rectangle here. So I'm working in vectors. Now I'm just working a little bit smaller here, but I'll just blow it up and just show you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm just dragging out a header. Now you can go Command R. As you see, I've got my rulers turned on to see things a little bit better. You might even want to blow up your file a little bit bigger. Now actually I didn't really want white. Now I could have changed the fill there and give it a color, or I can come down here and give it a color as well. So I'm actually quite happy with that color. So that's the color that I'm using. Now what I've also got is, if I come back and want to change this, in the initial setup when I did that, I would have the option for a few more tools here, and if they're not visible, in fact, what I'm going to do is actually I'm just going to click back here to my pointer tool and make sure it's selected. If not, what you do is you can actually play around with some corners. Now I can actually, if I want, I can actually, in fact I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put a curve in of 50 pixels just for that bottom area there. Now that's not the bottom area, it's happened to everything. So I just need to unlink that and just essentially take that back just to 0. Now I should have unlinked it first, but I just wanted to show you how that works, and voila, we've only just got that bottom curve. I might even ramp it up a little bit more to make it more obvious. Just click somewhere else. So there's my initial curve, and I can click off that. Now what I've also got is I've got a little dashed line around here, so you can play around with lines or formats. Essentially you can get rid of your colors as well. So I might, for this one, just simply come up to that, and I just want to have none. But you can do that as well. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to put in 4 simple buttons. Again, vectors. So down here, I'm just going to go to my ellipse tool, and I'm just going to drag out just a shape here. I might like that color to begin with. I might want to constrain it. I'm just going to undo this, Command Z, and I'm going to hold my shift key just to constrain it. I want a circular button. Okay, so again, I can change the color. Maybe I will. I'm just going to go and get that a yellow. And what I want to do now is produce 4 other buttons. Now I know doing your devices, mobile devices, we're not really going to have initially the buttons. It's probably going to be a hamburger icon, but really want to show you this just for the purpose of designing for web pages or your apps to initially get the prototype. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go again to my black pointer tool here. I'm going to hold my Option key and just start dragging this out, and then drag that out again, Option key, and then drag it. Actually, I might even put it a little bit closer here. Now this is the beauty of vectors. Hold your Shift key just to restrain it, and then just a third one, Option drag out. Okay. Now each time I've done that, I might want to just change the color. So I'll give that a color like so. And what's happening there? It's changing all of the colors. Okay. So how do you get around that? Well, essentially, I'm just going to go undo again. And just take off. It doesn't undo. I'll just go back to my initial color there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to my layers. So to go to the layers, just come back to your normal selection tool, which is just up here. And this is where I'm going to need to start labeling things. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this base, just for a start. I'm going to come to my rectangle top tool there, and I'll put it just header. And I'm going to call this one just home. So just to easily change the colors, and it's going to be an advantage by simply having extra layers as well, just for making the selection a little bit easier. Nonetheless, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reproduce this by hitting the return key first, or enter key on PC, and I'm just going to drag this and just duplicate this onto the duplicate home. In fact, I'm going to call this one about. Just want to have a series of pages. Turn, and I'm going to come down to my next one here, which will be, I'm going to call it just a work page. Hit the return key, and one more, I'm going to call it just contact. So contact. So we've basically got 4 areas, but with each one I'm on contact now. I'm just going to go and change the color of that. Then I'm going to come back to my work here, and I'll just turn this off, and I'm going to change the color of this one just to something else. I'm going to turn that one off, and my about page, just on this one, I'm going to change the color once more just to red here. So essentially I've got all my files here, and I'm just going to turn them back on again and come back to just my pointer tool here, and that was the last button. So essentially I'm on my contact here, so I'm going to click this, hold my shift key, click that, and just go delete. Okay, so I've just deleted that buttons off. I'm going to come back down now to my work page here. I'll just turn off my contacts just for a minute. So I'm going to click on my contact button, which I don't want, and I'm just going to hold my command key and or shift key actually. So this one, and this one. Remember, I just want the work, and essentially I'm just going to delete that one and delete, yes. And the same thing just with my about page here. I'll just turn that off. So the about will be the second one in, so I want to keep that one. You can go back to the black pointer tool there, might be easier, and click those and delete as well, and go yes. So now I can just turn them all back on again. So I've basically got my buttons here, which give me a visual hint and a clue of where I am. Now what I can do is put other devices, and I can put some type in there, which I'm just going to start off initially just to set that up. So one more, come to the type tool. I think I'll go to my home page. So just my home page there, so I'm on that one. And within that layer, just to keep everything together. It will create a new layer. I'm just going to put in home. And so there's my text. So I can go through and duplicate this and basically set it up so I'm going to have a whole range of other type as well. But really I don't need to do that because we're going to create another artboard which compensates for all of this. Okay, and I can change the name. So when you're working with artboards, an easy way of creating new artboards, even varied sizes, so I can click on the home up here, and then I can just add another artboard in. And that's great, I can fill that out, but I want to keep it consistent. So I'm going to undo. So these basically tools, provided you click on the artboard itself, will enable you to do that. I'm just going to undo and just go back to the move tool there and just come back and show it again. What I really want to do is I'm just going to close my home there, just so I've got it easily accessible, just down the bottom here. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to duplicate that by dragging it, just like a whole folder. So here we have our second artboard. So we've got all our colors here. All I need to do with this one is call this about. So about for the second file, hit the return key. I just need to open this up. And with the naming here and any other relevant graphics for where you want to change things, or in this case, just the type here, I'm now just going to change that to about. And just hit the key there. And of course, I just need to make sure I should have done it there first. Make sure you go to the type tool to change things. If I'd done that, that would have changed it as well. But anyway, I'll do that now. So about. And just move that off that. Now essentially we've got our initial 2 pages and we just need to, in this case, 4 buttons, create another 2. So I don't need to go through and do that. If I just go back to my finished app here, we can see that we've got all the graphics in here ready to go. Now when you want to go to the next stage, which is not for XD for this version, to go to the version of XD, I will just show that as well, but we're going to create 2 outputs. First one is going to be a PDF, interactive PDF. So to have that working, all I need to do is go File and come down here to Export, and you'll see just under the Export, Artboards to PDF. Now these need to be artboards, okay? We can do artboards to files, but I just want to make this as a PDF. So if I click on this, it's going to save this file directly to the same folder that I've got everything else in. If I go run, it's going to go through and produce that. And what I do is just go OK. And if I just minimize now that, what it should have come in with is simply an apps file, which is going to be a PDF which looks like this. I'm just going to open it up. So open up the PDF file there so we can see it. And there is my 4 pages and they're extra large. Okay. So the next part of this, which will be the movie number 2, is how you set up to work with fit to page size automatically, and we can add in our scripts. So movie number 2 will look at interactive design with Acrobat. Movie number 3 will follow on from that, and we'll be working with a quick way of setting up XD.